Women lose control on paternity court.
That's his favorite lie. That's all I hear. It's Gucci Man, baby. I don't know like Gucci Man.
Tell you wasn't there. This what's up. This good. You damn right.
The man that's acting the way you acting right now.
I don't know
when
him
she
right
said
now.
don't even come, you'd have been like, oh well.
People say it's women who like drama, but it looks like some men are just born with it. Mr. Hayes was really excited when he and Miss Chapman gave birth to 2-year-old Maurice. But now, he's itching for a little drama in his life and is denying the baby boy. What's going on?
Needs to just step up and be a father.
Because if he could take care of somebody else's child, why can't he take care of his own child? He brought Mariah 5 presents. Didn't bring Maurice Jr. nothing.
For Christmas?
Yes.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Is that true, Mr. Hayes?
No, ma'am, she's telling a lie, Your Honor.
The drama started when Mr. Hayes found a letter in the mail that said Miss Chapman was pregnant. But when he confronted her about it, she said no. 4 months later, he asked her again, and she lied to him once more. At this point, he began thinking she was having an affair with another man.
And I was pregnant again, so I didn't know. I didn't know if I wanted to keep him, to be honest, or what.
So he came back?
Yes. He went to every doctor appointment that I'd had.
You at the hospital, the baby's born.
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't think at that moment you needed a DNA test? You didn't have a doubt?
She told me that was my baby.
But the most unbelievable thing is why Mr. Hayes believes the boy's not his. It's because he didn't have any symptoms. Is this man okay because it's the woman who gets pregnant? Why would he start having cravings and gaining weight? But then why did he sign the birth certificate if he had doubts?
So this is a pamphlet.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, for your child's sake, establish paternity.
Yes.
If either parent has any doubts about who the father is, no forms should be signed.
Still, Mr. Hayes doesn't have a convincing story. He could have waited 60 days before signing the certificate, but he didn't. That's because he realized that to get a DNA test, he would have needed money, and because he was broke, he decided to become the baby's fake father for a while.
Your Honor, the only reason why I just really had doubt is because when she asked me over to her dad's house, after she left, I seen another guy coming out the house. So when I walked into the door, I explained to her, I asked her, I said, who is that guy? She said, that's my daddy friend.
When the other guy started calling Mr. Hayes, he knew something was up. This man kept telling him he was the baby's dad, and Mr. Hayes found it suspicious how at the same time Miss Chapman wasn't letting him see the baby either.
But Miss Chapman, did you tell another man through Facebook to come and get his child?
I never told another man to come and get his child. And the day that he's talking about, he came over there and saw that guy in my house. He brought her with him over there.
So you were intimate with someone else?
Yes.
But you're saying that wasn't during the window of conception?
No, ma'am.
Because Miss Chapman has so many guys in the picture, it's getting a little confusing for Judge Lauren to make sense of all the drama. Since a boy needs both a mother and a father, the only way to conclude things is to announce the results.
Mr. Hayes, you are not the father.
That's fine. He can have his name back. Yeah, I took out through all that, but did I not tell you I was with somebody else, though?
The point is, it's not his child.
Okay.
Mr. Hayes, you're very emotional. What are you feeling?
She kept us in my door for so long.
Mr. Byram had no idea he was signing up for a lifetime of drama when he got together with Miss Morris. The two have 2 children together, but so much has happened that has made Mr. Byram doubt about their third son, Jackson, being his.
The first time that she's cheated on me. This is the second time, and I've been nothing but faithful and loving to her since day one.
Miss Morris, did you cheat on him?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Byram, how did you find out about the cheating?
That's when I started banging on the doors and the windows, and then I go in the house. He's hiding up in the attic of her grandma's house.
Right from the start, there's no doubt Mr. Byram is the innocent one in this case. After he caught Miss Morris red-handed, he began to rethink his entire life with her. Judge Lauren is shocked and asks Miss Morris what forced her to cheat on the man who loves her so much.
I was always constantly getting accused. He's always constantly telling me I'm cheating. It's been happening for 4 years now.
And so what I'm trying to understand is he keeps accusing you, so you just go ahead and validate the accusation?
Well, technically we split up for a month, and he was living down the street at his friend's, and he was dating a different girl.
And this isn't the first time Miss Morris cheated on Mr. Byram. The first time it happened, he left the house for months. But the big question here is that Miss Morris slept with his friend of the 25th of September, while she slept with Mr. Byram on the 27th of September. That means either of them could be the father.
We split up for a month, and And he was constantly blowing my phone up every day because we completely split up. He moved to his friends down the street, and I was still in the house. Like, I was the one that got to stay at the house with the other 2 children.
Despite all the drama between them, why does Mr. Byram keep trying to make things work with Miss Morris? It's got to do with his daddy issues. His dad bailed out on him when they were kids, and now he doesn't want to leave his children behind. At the same time, Miss Morris is trying to involve the other man into all their lives.
Have you taken Jackson to see her or the other potential father?
No.
So are you 2 together now or apart?
We are in a complicated relationship
Yes,
together.
very complicated.
Do you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
Even though Mr. Byram's been trying really hard to bond with Jackson, he just can't. Every time he looks at the boy, he sees his friend's face in him. Miss Morris complains that sometimes Mr. Byram acts like a dad, and then sometimes he acts like a stranger. But why did Miss Morris choose his friend of all people?
There because he was my friend.
Do you have feelings for this other guy?
No, I don't. I mean, if
Yeah,
he's the father,
All
I'm
you
gonna
do is
let
you
him be in
constantly
his
talk
life.
about him, you tell me
I'm
when
not
we get in a
gonna.
fight, she says
I'm not
I'm not the
gonna
father.
keep. I'm not gonna keep a kid away from their father. I don't think any woman should do that.
Because of Miss Morris and her dramatic shenanigans, now Mr. Byram's family doesn't want to bond with Jackson until the tests show he's the father. All of this made Miss Morris admit that she's made a mistake. The drama gives you an adrenaline rush, but it doesn't give you a happy family. What does Mr. Byram want?
So the stakes truly are high.
Yes.
Miss Morris, it seems like this truly is affecting you. I can see behind your eyes a lot of sadness.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know you've made a mistake.
Yes, Your Honor.
Forget the drama for a moment because there are real people involved here. Does Miss Morris really feel an ounce of guilt for what she did? She says she regrets the cheating, but she shouldn't have dragged a baby into all this drama. Only the results can bring them peace now.
Mr. Byram, you are the father.
Yes.
How does it feel now?
Feels great. Almost want to cry that he's mine.
Mr. Fields is done with women chasing him with paternity accusations. He just wants some peace in his life. Miss Foster has a flair for drama, but who knows she's being honest this time? Can she prove that her 17-month-old daughter is Mr. Fields' baby?
Having follow-ups in Syracuse with all the rest of her doctors.
And there's just been no support.
He came to the hospital probably about 4 times, but when he was there, it was just to have relations with me.
No, I think that's a lie, Your Honor.
So, the day Mr. Fields met Miss Foster for the first time, they didn't even try to keep it under control. They let their urges take control and ended up having sex until Miss Foster's mother came to pick her up. But was Miss Foster a virgin before she met this guy?
Miss Foster, he said that you were saying you were a virgin at that time. Were you?
I was practically, before him, there was some
What's
other guy.
practically?
There was
How
some
can you
other
be
guy.
practically a
There was
virgin?
some other guy
That's
before him, and I
impossible.
don't count that as a partner.
You can't practically be a virgin.
But the thing that bothered Mr. Fields the most was how Miss Foster kept invading his privacy. At first, she kept harassing his mother with numerous texts, and then she got a hold of his brother's Facebook account. Things got so bad she even texted his wife.
She's texting your wife trying to get in touch with you.
I never text his wife.
You're saying that Miss Foster was trying to get your number and was texting your brother and your mother trying to get your phone number. I'm asking you, why is this out of the ordinary if she believes you're her child's father?
No. Listen, I'm married.
But Miss Foster has a whole different perspective on this story. According to her, she's the one who left Mr. Fields, and since then, he's been begging her to take him back. In fact, he even wants to have this baby. So why is he putting up all this drama in the courtroom then?
Jerome, let
some
me have that
I was
evidence.
talking to you.
This evidence shows what,
That
Miss
this
Foster?
is not gonna last with her.
Where that's coming
this
from?
is temporary.
What is this?
A Facebook
A
message.
Facebook message
I haven't
that
had-
says, I still have love for you that will never change. I wish we would have had a longer relationship. Even with my girlfriend now, our relationship not going to last long.
The entire audience feels hooked to the drama. When the evidence is shown in court of all his Facebook messages, he lies in court and says that he doesn't even use Facebook. But then he starts lying about using protection with her when they had sex.
Did you ever have sex with Miss Foster without protection?
And I would
No, I
admit
have
that I'm a real
protection. I have
person.
protection, Your Honor. This girl said she was on the Depo.
Never.
The Depo shot is birth control. Approximately 99% effective from not getting pregnant.
So if Mr. Fields is in denial about the baby, why did he show up during the birth? For evidence, Miss Foster asks her mother to testify on her behalf. Her mother claims that Mr. Fields is just being dramatic in court, whereas in real life, he was always supporting Miss Foster.
He said, I promise you, this is the girl I am going to marry.
Mr. Fields, you're saying you don't believe you are Sienna's father.
Nope.
But you've been present.
But then Miss Foster reveals how she was actually pregnant with twins, and when one of them died, Mr. Fields just told her to suck it up and get over it. What kind of heartless man is he? Now he thinks she was already pregnant when they had sex, but only the results can show them the truth.
Mr. Field, you are her father. I want you to hold your daughter, and I want you to help take care of your daughter.
Mr. Fernandez was going to happily walk Miss Butler down the aisle in a couple of weeks, but some drama has turned their plans into complete trash, and now he's begging Judge Lauren to help them uncover the details of Miss Butler's nighttime adventures.
You called off the wedding, pawned the ring, and lost $300. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now you're suing her for that, and you've petitioned the court for a paternity test to prove you are not her daughter's father.
Yes.
When Mr. Fernandez discovered Miss Butler cheated on him, he got so angry he went to the nearest pawn shop and sold her ring for $300. But he didn't know he was selling it so cheap, so now he's asking Miss Butler for the money. When Judge Lauren confronts Miss Butler, she starts accusing Mr. Fernandez instead.
Before all that, when we first got together, he already had a girlfriend, so he already was a cheater in the beginning.
Miss Butler, why did you cheat?
One day he come over my house and he had the girl was supposed to be pregnant, it was supposed to be his baby. But he comes over, he say he was at the house.
So did Miss Butler cheat on him because Mr. Fernandez got another woman pregnant? How did she even find out? According to her, he came back home one day smelling like sex, so she started kissing his entire body to sniff him out. How did Mr. Fernandez react?
Your Honor, I came in from work.
You lying.
Went to try to get
I
some
know
sleep.
what- I know
Try
what
to get
sex
some
smell
sleep.
like.
And she say, oh, you smell like
You
sex.
know-
I smell like sex. I've been
You
working
know what
all day.
sex is.
So the bottom line is you
That
felt
she cheated. That's the bottom.
like he had been cheating,
Yes.
and then what happened?
We get into a big argument. I put him out because I know what I smell. I don't care what he's talking about.
But when Mr. Fernandez lied to her, she called up her friends and went to a club to party through the entire night. Watching her friends enjoying themselves made her really jealous, so she scouted the place for some handsome man to get laid with.
So I went on ahead and did it, but I used a condom for sure.
So you admit to cheating.
I don't feel like I was cheating because he
I
cheated
didn't
on
feel like you
me.
were cheating.
So
It was sexual intercourse. It's cheating.
Were you still in the relationship or you had broken up?
I felt like we was broken up.
You
He
felt
said we was
like-
together.
Okay, so bottom line is you slept with somebody else.
Yes.
All of this drama happened because Miss Butler assumed Mr. Fernandez was cheating on her. So he snooped through her phone and found out she was cozying up with some Gucci guy. Then, Mr. Fernandez reveals a huge secret about her.
Miss Butler is allergic
She's
to
allergic to condoms, Your Honor.
to the latex
To the
material.
latex material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you or are you not allergic to latex?
No.
So
I'm
you're not?
No.
Mr. Fernandez is in for a shock when he realizes Miss Butler was just trying to get herself pregnant with him so she could trap him into a paternity case. That's why she used a condom with the Gucci guy, but not him. After living with her for so long, only now is he realizing he's trying to marry a crazy woman.
That's
So
not your
first
baby.
one day I'm gonna say,
what?
yeah, it's Gucci Man
Hold
baby,
on.
because that's
What you
all
mean
you
it's not my
say.
baby?
Nobody wanna keep hearing that. I don't wanna keep hearing this Gucci Man baby.
So, Miss Butler, you do understand now. Once you say that to a man, you can't unring that bell.
Now, after all the cheating fiascos and the condom drama, these two need answers. Is Divine the Gucci man's baby, or did Mr. Fernandez father her? And in case the results come back positive, will these two try to patch things up to raise Divine in a normal household? To find the answers.
Mr. Fernandez, you are her father.
Told you. I know what I'm talking about. I told you that's your baby.
Come here, Ray. I'm sorry.
For 3 years, the drama of Miss Simpson and her son has been chasing Mr. Dansby. Miss Simpson had him completely roped in, but now Mr. Dansby snapped, and he wants answer without any of the drama. Why did it take Mr. Dansby 3 years to petition the DNA results?
So, Mr. Dansby, why is it it's taking you 3 years to petition the court for a DNA test?
The reason why it took 3 years, man, because Miss Simpson, she had been lying to me.
What it was that I had been trying to get you to do a DNA test, but you chose to run.
The biggest red flag for Mr. Dansby is how Miss Simpson hasn't ever let him meet their son. She's been dragging him into all this drama of paternity, but the poor guy's never met the boy. They used to be in a relationship long ago, but then Mr. Dansby caught Miss Simpson having sex with her phone guy.
Mr. Dansby, the man told you that she was his lady?
Yes.
And then what did you say?
No.
All right, so from at that point, you were on notice there was
Another man.
another man. You
In the
knew
picture.
there was some man in the picture in your mind.
Exactly.
Right after he caught her, she told him she was pregnant. Initially, he was going to believe her, but then he realized the baby could be the phone guy's. But his doubts were confirmed when she called him one day and said it's not his baby.
Miss Simpson stated over the phone that Tanara wasn't none of my child.
When did she say this?
Okay, and that came
It was like,
a while.
it was in 3 months before he was even born.
It was not 3 months.
Get me to this conversation 3 months before the baby was even born where you say she told you the baby wasn't even yours.
Why would Miss Simpson do that? Even the judge is tired of the drama in the courtroom. She just wants straight answers. Miss Simpson proclaims that she was too stressed out by Mr. Dansby not playing a part in their boy's life, so the best way was to get him kicked out of the equation and bring in another man.
Were you sleeping with anyone else?
It was a possibility of someone else. So
you admit there was another man?
Yes, Your Honor, it was.
At what point did you admit to Mr. Dansby that there was another man?
It was maybe 3 months into the pregnancy.
So that is the conversation he's speaking about when you said this is not even your child?
Yes.
The biggest shocker was when the boy was born, and Miss Simpson didn't even invite Mr. Dansby to the hospital. Later on, Mr. Dansby was angry to discover how the phone guy was called to the hospital, and then she didn't let Mr. Dansby meet the baby boy for 3 years.
Me and her getting together, sitting down and talking like grown people about Tanaris. It was all talk, no action with Miss Simpson.
Did you try to reach out
it had
to
been plenty of times I had called you Miss Simpson.
But you didn't say that you wanted to see this child.
So, Mr. Dansby, you think she was dodging you?
Yes.
Put the drama away for a while because it seems like despite Miss Simpson's antics, Mr. Dansby wants to connect with this boy if he's his son. He's got 3 daughters, and he grew up without a father. He wouldn't wish this on anyone else. Should Judge Lauren take out the results?
Mr. Dansby, you are Tanoris's father.
Thank you. I'm sorry for all the trouble that I have took you through. So now can we start out to a better start for our child?
Sure.
Yes.